Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. This is your time. This is your moment. This is your wake-up call. For far too long, you've been sitting on dreams, playing it safe, hiding behind fear, and waiting for the perfect moment. But let me tell you something. There is no perfect moment. There's only now. Right now. And right now, it's time to leave your comfort zone. See, comfort is a beautiful place, but nothing grows there. Comfort lulls you into mediocrity. Comfort tells you you're fine where you are. No need to change. No need to risk. Just stay right here. And if you listen long enough, you start to believe that lie. But deep inside, you know the truth. You were not born to play small. You were not created to settle. You were designed for greatness. But greatness never lives in the comfort zone. It lives on the edge of risks, on the other side of fear, in the valley of resistance, beyond every excuse you've ever made. You say, but I'm afraid. Let me tell you something. Fear is normal. Fear is a part of growth. If your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. Fear isn't there to stop you. It's there to show you what's worth fighting for. You don't eliminate fear. You move through it. You rise above it. You feel it and you keep going anyway. You say, but what if I fail? Let me ask you this. What if you fly? What if you rise? What if the very thing you're afraid to do is the key to the life you were meant to live? You're not failing if you fall. You're only failing if you stay down. Champions fall too, but they get up one more time. It's not about how many times you get knocked down. It's about how many times you get back up. Let me remind you, every success story you admire started outside the comfort zone. Every inventor, every leader, every world changer, none of them got where they are by playing it safe. They dared, they risked, they stepped out when it was uncomfortable, when it was scary, when it didn't make sense. You've got gifts in you, talents, potential, but potential means nothing if it stays buried. Don't go to your grave with your dreams still inside you. This is the time to release what's in you. This is the time to unleash the fire. Maybe your comfort zone is a job that pays the bills but kills your soul. Maybe it's a circle of people who don't push you, don't challenge you, and don't believe in your dreams. Maybe it's your routine, your habits, your excuses. Whatever it is, it's time to shake it up. It's time to walk away from average. No, it's not easy. Growth never is. It stretches you. It tests you. It humbles you. But that's the price of becoming who you were born to be. You can either be comfortable or courageous, but you can't be both. Comfort says, I'll start tomorrow. Courage says, I'll start now. Comfort says, what if I fail? Courage says, what if I succeed? Comfort says, I can't. Courage says, I will. You have to make a decision. You have to draw the line. Right here, right now, tell yourself, I'm done playing small. I'm done hiding. I'm done waiting. I'm stepping out. I'm showing up. I'm going all in. Because, hear me, the world is waiting for your gift. Somebody needs what only you can offer. Somebody's breakthrough is tied to your courage. Somebody's healing is tied to your voice. You have no idea the impact you can make, but you'll never find out if you stay where it's safe. You've got to challenge yourself. Set bigger goals. Dream bolder dreams. Learn new skills. Speak up. Step out. Show up. And yes, it will feel awkward. Yes, it will feel uncomfortable. That's how you know you're growing. Success doesn't come to those who want it. It comes to those who work for it, fight for it, and refuse to give up. There will be resistance. There will be setbacks. But if you keep showing up, keep pressing forward, keep believing in your vision, there is nothing you can't do. People will doubt you. Let them. People will talk. Let them. The same ones who laugh at you now will ask how you did it later. Don't do it for them. Do it for the future version of you. the one who's already living the life you're afraid to reach for. Do it for the child inside you who once believed anything was possible. Do it because your destiny is too big to be lived in a comfort zone. So, if you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. If you've been waiting for someone to believe in you, look in the mirror. If you've been waiting for a reason to start, your life is the reason. Your calling is the reason. Your purpose is the reason. Don't just exist. Live. Don't just dream. Do. Don't just wish. Work. Step out. Stand tall. Shake the fear. Chase the vision. Because greatness doesn't live in the comfort zone, and neither should you. Your time is now. We live in a world that glorifies ease. We've been conditioned to chase comfort, to seek safety, to avoid risk at all costs. And while there's nothing wrong with enjoying peace and rest, the truth is, growth never happens in the comfort zone. Comfort feels good, yes, but it also keeps you stuck. It convinces you to stay quiet when you should speak up, to stay where it's familiar even when you're miserable, to hold back when you were meant to soar. Comfort is subtle. It whispers, you've done enough. You don't need to try harder. Don't rock the boat. And before you know it, you've settled into a job you hate, settled into relationships that drain you, settled into habits that slowly eat away at your dreams. The scary part, you start calling it normal. You call it being realistic. You convince yourself that maybe the life you dreamed of was never meant for you. That's the lie comfort tells. It keeps you in a cage, not one made of bars and locks, but of fear and excuses. It feels safe, but it's suffocating. If you look at anyone who has achieved anything meaningful, anything worth remembering, you will find a pattern. They left comfort behind. They made decisions that didn't make sense to the people around them. They stepped into uncertainty. They risked rejection, failure, and criticism. But they also discovered parts of themselves they never knew existed. That's the power of breaking out of the comfort zone. It reveals your real strength. The comfort zone is where dreams die. It's where talents rust. It's where potential goes to waste. You weren't born to stay there. You weren't created to fit in, to blend in, or to settle in. You were built for purpose. And purpose demands discomfort. It demands stretching, breaking, rebuilding, evolving. And yes, it hurts, but pain is part of progress. Every breakthrough comes with a breakdown. Every mountain climbed begins with a step away from safety. When you step outside your comfort zone, life gets real. You start facing who you are and what you really want. You begin to confront the excuses you've been hiding behind. It's not easy. That's why most people avoid it. But everything worthwhile, every success, every victory, every dream lives on the other side of discomfort. People spend years in routines they hate just because they're familiar. They hold on to patterns that no longer serve them just because it's easier than starting over. But comfort will cost you. It costs you time, it costs you energy, and worst of all, it costs you the person you could have become. Every day you stay in the cage, the door remains open, but you don't walk out because it feels too risky. Meanwhile, life keeps moving. The clock keeps ticking, and the dream you once burned for starts to fade into a distant memory. But the truth never changes. Your greatness isn't found in what's easy. It's found in what challenges you, stretches you, scares you a little, and excites you a lot. It's in the conversations you're afraid to have, the steps you're scared to take, the decisions you keep postponing. The comfort zone will offer you rest, but it will never offer you reward. It gives you today's ease at the price of tomorrow's excellence. Most people misunderstand fear. They see it as a red light, a stop sign, a signal to turn around. They assume that if something makes them afraid, it must mean it's dangerous or wrong. But the truth is, fear isn't always a warning. It's often a guide. Fear shows up not to stop you, but to point you toward the very thing that will help you grow. It stands at the edge of your potential, challenging you to rise. It's not there to paralyze you. It's there to wake you up. Think about it. Why are you afraid of speaking up? Why are you afraid of trying something new, of starting that business, of changing careers, of putting your art into the world? It's not because you're incapable. It's because deep down, you know that doing those things will stretch you. They will expose you to judgment, to risk, to the possibility of failure, but also to the possibility of success. And that's what makes fear such a powerful compass. The more something scares you, the more it matters. Fear shows you the edge of your comfort zone. It marks the boundary between who you are and who you could be. If you only ever do what feels safe, what feels certain, you'll never experience what you're truly capable of. You'll live life in a loop. Same thoughts, same routines, same results. Fear is the sign that says, here lies your next level. Do you dare to step in? The most fulfilled people on this planet didn't get that way because they got that way because they felt the fear and they moved anyway. They understood that fear is part of the journey. It doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean you're not ready. It just means you're human. You don't have to eliminate fear to move forward. You just have to stop letting it decide your future. Fear is energy, and like any energy, it can be redirected. You can either let it freeze you in place, or you can use it as fuel to push you forward. The choice is yours. But make no mistake, the presence of fear is proof that you're on the edge of something meaningful. No one fears what doesn't matter. No one is afraid of things that don't carry weight. You fear it because it holds power, because it calls something deep inside of you. That's how you know it's the right direction. Some people wait until they feel ready, but readiness is a myth. You become ready by moving through the fear, not by waiting for it to disappear. Growth is messy. It's uncomfortable, and fear is a part of that mess. But in that discomfort is transformation. In that fear is the doorway to your next chapter. You don't conquer fear by avoiding it. You conquer it by doing the thing that scares you again and again until it loses its grip on you. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's choosing to act in spite of it. Every time you do that, you gain a little more strength, a little more belief, a little more proof that the thing you feared didn't have as much power as you thought. Fear is a teacher. It shows you where you've been playing small. It shows you where you've been hiding, holding back, shrinking to fit someone else's idea of who you should be. When you stop seeing it as an enemy and start seeing it as a sign, you'll realize it's one of your greatest allies. Because on the other side of fear is freedom, not comfort, not certainty, but real, raw freedom. The kind that only comes when you decide that your purpose is bigger than your fear. Life constantly offers us choices, and one of the most defining choices is this: stay where it's safe or step where it's scary. Comfort feels good in the short term. It's warm, predictable, and easy. But courage, that's where everything begins. That's where dreams start to take shape, where potential starts to breathe, where you begin to see what you're really made of. But here's the truth. You can't choose both. Comfort and courage are in conflict with each other. One asks you to stay, the other demands that you move. One protects you from failure, the other exposes you to it. One keeps your life small, the other dares to stretch it. Every breakthrough you admire, every success story you've heard, every person you look up to had to make that choice. They had to say no to comfort and yes to courage, because courage doesn't come without cost. It's expensive. It demands risk. It demands vulnerability. It demands effort without guarantees. But that's what separates those who live fully from those who merely exist. People who choose courage don't have easier lives or meaningful lives. Lives built on conviction, not convenience. Comfort is the illusion of safety. It tells you that if you don't try, you can't fail. But what it doesn't tell you is that if you don't try, you also can't grow. you can't win, you can't evolve. It convinces you to make peace with mediocrity. It tells you that your dreams are too much and that now just isn't the time. It's a soft voice, gentle and persuasive. And if you listen too long, it becomes the only voice you hear. But courage doesn't speak softly. It shouts. It wakes you up. It says, there's more in you. Get up. Go further. Take the step. Choosing courage means being willing to be seen, to be judged, to stand alone sometimes. It means saying what needs to be said, even when your voice shakes. It means showing up, even when you're not sure you belong. It means pushing forward, even when it would be easier to quit. It's not glamorous. It's not always exciting. Sometimes courage looks like failing in front of everyone and still showing up the next day. Sometimes it looks like starting over when no one is watching. But that's the cost of transformation. There's a reason why courage is rare, because it's hard. It's uncomfortable. It asks for more than most people are willing to give. But everything great lies on the other side of it. If you want to build something real, you need more than talent. You need more than intelligence. You need courage. The courage to keep going when it's hard. The courage to stand up for what matters. The courage to leave behind what's no longer serving you. Comfort is the enemy of progress. It lulls you into waiting until you're ready, until you're confident, until the stars align. But courage acts now. It doesn't wait for permission. It doesn't need perfect conditions. It steps forward in the middle of the storm. It chooses movement over stillness, truth over approval, growth over ease. You only get one life, and you have to decide, are you going to spend it safe and small or brave and bold? Because you don't get both. You don't get to play it safe and reach your highest potential. You don't get to hide and also shine. You don't get to avoid failure and still taste greatness. At some point, you'll have to decide what matters more, the comfort of where you are or the courage to go where you're meant to be. There's something powerful inside you that isn't just for you. The vision you carry, the idea that keeps you up at night, the fire in your belly, it's connected to someone else's life. Your dream isn't just about what you want to achieve. It's about the impact you're meant to make. There are people you haven't met yet who need what you have. People who are stuck, searching, and struggling, who will find hope, direction, and transformation because you chose to show up. That dream, that passion, that message, it's not random. It's a responsibility. Too often, we shrink our dreams. We downplay them. We say, who am I to do this? But the real question is, who am I not to? Because every time you hold back, someone stays stuck. Every time you talk yourself out of trying, someone misses out on what could have changed their life. You don't have to be perfect to make a difference. You just have to be brave enough to go first. Brave enough to start. Brave enough to say, maybe this matters more than my fear. We tend to think dreams are selfish, but the truth is, real dreams, purpose-driven dreams, are generous. They're meant to serve, to uplift, to heal, to inspire. Your story, your lessons, your journey through struggle, through failure, through growth, those things become the keys that unlock doors for other people. Your success gives others permission to rise. Your courage becomes a mirror reflecting possibility in someone else's life. There's someone watching you right now. Maybe it's a child, a friend, a neighbor, a stranger online. They don't need you to be flawless. They need you to be real. They need to see you try, to see you fall and rise again, to watch you risk, because in your risk, they find their reason to believe. Sometimes your breakthrough doesn't come just for you. It comes for the people attached to your obedience. The people who are waiting on someone like you to step up. Your dream can shift mindsets. It can break cycles. It can create jobs. It can build schools, write books, launch movements, start conversations, give people hope. And you don't always get to see the impact, but it happens. Every step forward you take becomes a ripple. You think you're just building a business, writing a song, starting a nonprofit, but you're shifting lives. You're planting seeds in places you may never see grow, but they grow all the same. And that's why you can't give up. Not when it gets hard. Not when the voice in your head tells you you're not good enough. Not when the road feels too long. Because it's bigger than you. It always was. What you're building may take time. It may not look like much in the beginning, but every step counts. Every effort echoes. It gives you a reason to keep going, a reason to fight through the fear, a reason to push past rejection and doubt, because it's not about applause. It's about impact. It's about purpose. Someone, somewhere, is waiting on the other side of your decision to keep going. They're waiting for your book, your voice, your product, your leadership. They're waiting for proof that it can be done, that someone like them can make it too. When you move forward in purpose, you activate permission in others. You create possibility in places that once felt impossible. Your dream becomes their hope. Your win becomes their courage. Your life becomes a roadmap, a living reminder that yes, it's possible. Yes, it's worth it. And yes, they can do it too. Life is movement, and movement means progress. Every living thing that thrives continues to evolve, to stretch, to adapt, and to reach for more. But the moment you stop growing, you start decaying. It doesn't always happen in dramatic fashion. Sometimes it's quiet, it's subtle. It shows up in the form of routine without purpose, days without passion, and dreams without pursuit. It feels like stability on the surface, but underneath, it's slow erosion, a drifting away from who you could become